My kids are going to have to spend $4 million just to be able to buy their home. And that's insane. I was trying to figure out what my grandparents spent on their home. And so I asked my dad, and he said they bought their first home for $9,000. And I just blew me away, because their house today is worth over $1 million. That's what you would have to spend to buy their home. My parents bought their first home, modest home, for 12 grand. That's what they bought for their 4-bedroom, cute house in northern Arizona. That home today is worth $400,000 if somebody went to go sell it. That didn't happen because the homes changed. That happened because the pricing mechanisms of the housing market changed. Housing gradually shifted from being a primary shelter to behaving more like a wealth accumulation investment structure. A huge part of that is because of the way valuations are determined in the lending world. Right now, appraisals and lending value are both based on the most recent 3 to 6 months of comps. So when a few properties sell during a bidding frenzy, these transactions immediately affect the entire market. They become the new comps. They reset the collateral value. They raise the entire local price floor, and whether or not the underlying home is changed at all in a meaningful way. That's not appreciation over time. That's price acceleration through comp feedback loops, which investors use to their advantage all the time. So how do we fix this without breaking the system or removing important investor incentives? Because let's be real, investors create a lot of value when they change homes and make them nicer, right? When they go in and renovate, that creates a value that's real, and we want that. So my thought was, what do we do to create a butterfly effect? I'm not proposing that we move the goal line. I'm proposing that we discipline how comps are actually allowed to function. Under the framework I'm proposing, comps still exist. The appraisal system still operates, and the markets are still free. We simply require that eligible comps come from 12 to 18 months trailing window instead, rather than the last 90 days. This means price recognition still happens. It just happens gradually instead of instantly. We don't stop appreciation. We pace it. We add a little artificial patience to the system. This distinction matters because it applies only to the lending and collateral world. If a buyer wants to pay more, pay above appraisal, add some cash, offer a premium because they think the value of the home is better, they still can. Private buyers remain fully free to act on belief or emotion. The difference is that one emotional bidding war no longer rewrites the collateral baseline overnight for every family who comes after. If those higher prices truly reflect stable demand, then they're going to show up in the next 12 to 18 months of transactions, right? That's going to catch up. Real value growth is recognized. Short-term volatility is going to be filtered out this way. At the same time, the framework continues to reward real value creation. If a homeowner meaningfully improves their property, structural repairs, safety code upgrades, major system replacements, energy efficiency, adding living space, they can exceed pacing limits based on documented capital improvement value. And we reward stewardship, renovations, and long-term ownership, not speculation and timing. This approach, it doesn't freeze the market. It makes the market healthier, steadier, and less reactive. It protects first-time buyers from being paced out by sudden spikes. And it gives leaders strong risk discipline. It keeps appreciation, but restores patience, which we have a great deal of lack of in our society as a whole. What this does is ensure that housing continues to build wealth without pulling up the ladder behind the next generation. Now, regulations around new building, completely different story. That needs help too. But I hope this is helpful. Have a great day.